Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit since I've posted, but I really just want to only post things when I really have something to post. And so it's been a little bit of time now, but now I'm going to give you 6 reasons why I don't like the GS so much. I've had it for a couple months now and really had some time to ride it, done a couple of big trips, and now I have a few things that I really don't like about the bike. Let's get after it. So in this section, I actually was riding around on my bike, and of course, as you can see this video, I'm talking, but there is just something going on with my microphone at this point. I'm having a lot of trouble with my helmet mic. I can't figure out how to keep the pops and cracks off. I've gone back and forth between a couple different mics. I know that this mic is probably picking up too much of what's around, so it's making it pop a lot. I do have the settings set up on the GoPro, but anyways, it's just not working very well. So basically what I'm talking about here is one thing I don't like about the GS, and this was probably my first thing that I didn't like about the bike, was the fact that I also love the handlebars, but it kind of sucks because when you're going down the highway, because your arms are quite a bit wider, you know, coming from that Triumph Tiger, I have my arms situated wider, and I read on forums and everything because I was posting everywhere trying to figure out, is this normal? I was experiencing a lot of head shake, and basically what not a lot, okay, I say a lot. I was experiencing minor head shake, but I overdo it when it comes to my bikes. I want everything to be perfect, and if I feel anything, I'm like, oh my gosh, the world's crashing down. So basically, you know, your arms almost become like sails in the wind, and so anytime it's a little bit windy, it kind of rocks a little bit back and forth. So, and that's only at much higher speeds, 150, 140, which is around what, 70, 80 miles an hour. So yeah, that kind of sucks, and it's very minor, but you know, head shake can go wrong very fast, so it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes, but I really don't experience it unless it's very windy outside. As soon as I take one of my hands off the handlebars, it does go away immediately, so I do know that it's my arms getting blown around. I took it to the dealer right after I got the bike, and I was like, hey, there's something wrong, check it out, and they said that's normal. They said it's just part of having really wide handlebars and catching that extra wind off the bike. Of course, that is something else I love about this bike, is the wide handlebars, because it gives you a great feel when you're riding the bike. It's very relaxed, it's very easy, and it gives you this incredible kind of steering feeling when you're turning and when you're just cruising on the bike. So love that, but this is about what I hate. So another thing that's not too amazing, I mean, the quick shifter is great on this bike, you know, but the only thing is first, second, sometimes even third gear, unless you're really revving it up, you know, it seems a little bit temperamental. Downshifting, you know, just not that smooth. Upshifting, you really got to be around 4.5, 5,000 RPMs for it to actually shift smooth, and then if you go too much, then it kind of shifts hard again. So yeah, I mean, the Triumph Tiger has a much smoother quick shifter than this. It goes up and down effortlessly, pretty much anywhere in the rev range, and feels great. This bike, first to second, forget about it. Quick shifting first to second is just gonna jerk you pretty hard. So that's one thing I don't like. Quick shifter, the lower gears, and especially in the lower rev range, you know, it's not comfortable at all. But once you get higher, the quick shifter is amazing. I love it. It's the first bike I've ever owned with a quick shifter, and I would definitely do it again. I think that they've done a good job here, even though first to second, sometimes second to third is not that great. So I just pull in the clutch for first to second, and the rest sometimes third, you know. And depending if I'm wanting to shift in, you know, if I'm wanting to shift and I'm not in a high rev range, I'll still go ahead and pull in the clutch just because it's easier and it doesn't feel like it's straining the bike so much. It doesn't jerk me. It doesn't feel like it's straining the bike. Like right now, I'm in third, going to fourth. You know, it wasn't bad. A little bit of a jerk, but not bad. I will say that when you have 2 people on the bike, the quick shifter up is incredible. It makes for a really comfortable ride. But that's one thing that is not my favorite on this bike. All right, so something else that I actually don't like about this bike, and it's kind of another thing that I love about the bike, but it's you know, the weight. It's a heavy bike, and I have dropped it twice since I've had it. Luckily, I didn't have any damage except for down here. You can see I had a little bit of scratch scraping on the crash guards here. Great investment. If you haven't gotten crash guards, get crash guards because they will save you so much money. I mean, to replace anything on this head would be really expensive. And then it did rock one time up here, and that also would have been expensive. So these crash guards are amazing. Glad I have them. So the weight does make it really nice to ride on the highway, but yeah, sometimes the weight is a negative if you're on. I got high-sided on a hill and basically toppled over, and so that was not fun. So definitely not too keen on the weight of this thing, but as well, love the weight because it makes it super stable on the highway. So it's a trade-off, really. Okay, another couple of quick things on the handlebars again. Why not put risers on this thing, you know? Like, why not put some nice risers on here, bring the bars up a bit? Something I did do when I got the bike is I actually rotated the bars back this way a little bit, and it did help quite a bit. So that was a good thing I did. Just unscrew these bolts just a little bit and rotate the bars back. It did bring them towards me a bit, which was really good, really awesome. On a big trip I just did, really helped, made a huge difference on those longer rides. I was able to do it. Vario cases, you know, Vario cases are okay. I kind of like that they go up and down, but here's an issue that I have with the cases. Watch, when I take my backpack out of here. Okay, of course it didn't do it that time, but my backpack is always getting caught on this bar inside that, you know, makes it the Vario case, and it always is like just a pain in the butt to get out of there. So sometimes these cases really piss me off. The foot pegs, okay? These foot pegs, you know, they're a little bit wider than crotch rocket foot pegs, but you know, they're like the crotch rocket foot peg big brother, and they've got rubber on them, which is kind of nice. I think you can even, yeah, you can even take that off if you want and make it more, you know, just grippy for off-road. But yeah, like, what the heck, you know? Like, they're just really small. I prefer an oversized peg. They feel better underfoot. And if I stand for too long on these, it does hurt. It doesn't feel that great because all that weight is on those pegs. So yeah, I mean, I did do some bigger trips on them. They're fine, but I would like some oversized pegs. I think that'll be an upgrade that I do here soon. Okay, last, but you know, I think the thing that I really don't like about this bike, I love this bike, I would buy it again, but they are so expensive, man. These bikes are absolutely atrocious on your wallet. I mean, I don't know how much the maintenance is going to be. I'm taking it in for its first service next week. So I have the previous service report, and it says that the annual service is around $240. So, and they're going to do a recall. There's a recall on this bike actually at the moment. Has something to do with the shaft drive. I think they have to put some kind of drain in there so that some liquid doesn't sit in a certain area. So yeah, that's free of course, but I'm really curious to see how much the maintenance is going to be. I'm taking it into BMW because I have the service through BMW. I have 18 months of you know, warranty on the bike. So of course I'm going to take it to BMW to be serviced by BMW because I don't want to do anything that's going to void that warranty. So yeah, let's see how much that goes for. I think it's a lot cheaper here in Portugal than say like in the UK. UK just sounds absolutely so atrocious. But yeah, it's a bit of an expensive bike, and the accessories to go with the bike are a bit expensive as well. So that is just one thing to keep in mind when you get into one of these things. You know, the accessories on a GS are just going to be more expensive. Okay guys, so if you are looking at getting a GS, just keep a couple of things in mind. I hope this was helpful for you on the journey. I am going to do another video on the things that I really love about this bike because I have way more of those than I have dislikes. But this is an incredible bike. It was really hard for me to think of some things that I didn't like, but at the same time, they do come up after owning the bike for a little bit. So I did want to share them with you guys since I'm kind of bringing you along the journey. So just keep that in mind. And other than that, ride safe. We'll catch you guys on the pavement. See you next time.